Up next, we see how dance literally is changing the lives of some very talented young people. Take a look at how some students from the National Dance Institute of New Mexico are making exciting moves both on stage and in the classroom.
And over the top.
The warm-ups, the makeup, the proud parents streaming in. It looks like the usual end-of-the-year recital, but this one is a little different. It's the culmination of a year's work at the National Dance Institute of New Mexico, a program that aims to engage and motivate children to strive for excellence using the arts. 74% of the dancers come from low-income families. 85% are either Hispanic or Native American. Catherine Oppenheimer is the program's founding artistic director.
We really target the schools and communities that need our programs the most. So that means high poverty, rural, isolated, the cities too, but kids who wouldn't otherwise have an opportunity to experience this kind of program.
Oppenheimer once performed with the New York City Ballet and with legendary classical dancer Jacques d'Amboise. In 1976, he started the National Dance Institute in New York to expose inner-city children to ballet. He convinced Oppenheimer to teach and eventually to bring the program to New Mexico. NDI New Mexico, as it's known, offered lessons this past year to nearly 8,000 children in more than 80 public schools across the state.
This is the perfect count H. She's smiling. Her hands are up.
4th and 5th graders are taught during the school day.
Oh!
After school, there are lessons for older, more advanced dancers, as well as preschoolers. Most classes are free of charge to students, and no one is turned away because his or her family can't pay. It costs about $5 million a year to run the organization. Some of that money is raised at galas like this one in Santa Fe. Support comes from foundations, local businesses, and individual donors. Executive Director Russell Baker explains the mission.
We believe that it takes energy and effort to do something with excellence. So what we teach, we call the Core Four. Work hard, do your best, never give up, and be healthy. We think if you do those things, whether you're learning a dance step, taking a math test, or applying for a job, that's what it takes to be successful.
This year's review for Santa Fe area schools is called Broadway Bound. It celebrates the magic of musicals and showcases 500 children on one stage. Along the way, it weaves in some life lessons about perseverance and teamwork. One scene recognizes each and every dancer.
What we say to kids is that there's this big spotlight and the light is shining, and it's shining right in the center of the stage, and it's their moment to go jump and fly through that spotlight.
13-year-old 7th grader Laura Balderrama beams when she describes that moment.
When each person gets the shot in a spotlight where you could just show off and then just let everybody look into you, and then it's just awesome. It feels like you're shining out, letting all your energy out and then making people smile, and that's pretty cool.
The quest for excellence goes beyond the footlights. New Mexico's schools get low grades on national ratings, and in 2013, the state ranked dead last in a study that measured the educational, economic, social, and physical well-being of children. But NDI students are raising the bar with higher test scores in reading, science, and math, and improved fitness. Those were the findings of an independent study commissioned by the organization comparing 4th through 7th graders within the same school district. 16-year-old Emery Chacon is a case in point. He's been dancing since 4th grade. He lives with his grandfather, a retired auto mechanic, who also cares sometimes for Emery's 3-year-old niece.
He's learned through the dance that, there's rules you have to abide by. So I think that has helped him, and will help him through life when he does get a job and start working. Well, he knows that they expect his full attention and his devotion to whatever profession he decides to get into. And
yeah, my grades before they were moderate from C's to C's and D's, but now actually with NDI it's actually improved to B's and A's in most of my classes.
Santa Fe High School English teacher Davida Garcia described the impact she's seen in the classroom.
Confidence, expression, participation in class discussion, critically thinking about characters in the plays and how they interact, and then writing about it. And he feels really confident to stand up and read out loud and to express his feelings, which is a tough thing for kids in 9th grade.
The graduation rate at Santa Fe High is only 62%, below the state average, which in turn is one of the lowest in the nation.
You guys are so good.
Santa Fe's mayor thinks programs like this one will help stem the dropout crisis.
We know that the more kids are exposed to arts, the greater an opportunity they have to stay in school, and we know if they stay in school, they're going to graduate. Equally important, they open up their mind. Science, technology, engineering, math is important, but we need to add arts to that. And when we add it, we create a citizen prepared to meet the world.
Back on stage, the cast includes more than just kids. At one point, classroom teachers and a handful of parents join in. Among them was Laura's dad, who emigrated from Mexico 12 years ago.
Really, it's very exciting when people applaud you. It makes you feel like you've done a good job. I don't know how to say it, but for me, really, it's very gratifying to be here. And it makes me feel very, very good.
Also in the company are some City of Santa Fe firefighters who know how to boogie.
Firefighters are heroes, and so we have 6 heroes performing with kids. Kids are looking up to these men and women, and they're big and they're strong, and these are young people that want to grow up and be big and strong and do something important. It's powerful.
Captain Carlos Nava got the bug for dancing from his daughters.
They know what a commitment is now, because the time they put into this and the hard work they put into this, they know what it's like to really commit to something.
Nava, like most parents of these children, said he couldn't afford tuition at a private dance academy. As the program celebrates its 20th anniversary, a few students have made it to bigger stages as professional dancers. But that's not the ultimate goal.
Whether or not they're bound for Broadway, we don't know, but the idea is be bound for something. Figure out what that is and work hard and do your best and don't give up until you get there.
And that's a lesson that will stick with these young dancers long after the applause dies down and the curtain closes.
And that wraps it up for this edition of Detroit Performs. As always, for more arts and culture, head to DetroitPerforms.org, where you'll find featured videos, blogs, and information on upcoming arts events. Also, check us out on Facebook and Twitter.